Alright, so I'm making this video to help you guys understand that are at home how to finish this astronomical distances worksheet. What you see on your screen right now is the third part, I believe. Yeah, part 3 here, where you have to convert the distances over here. You got to convert them to scientific notation. Alright, we've covered scientific notation in class, but I just want to go ahead and do one of these as an example for you. Alright, so we're going to convert 58 million into scientific notation, just an example so you guys can see how it's done. Alright. Okay, so you got 58 million kilometers. First question I'd ask you is, where's the decimal point on this number? Okay, where's the decimal? It's 58 million. Okay, you don't see it anywhere, but you should know that the decimal is always going to be at the end if it's not otherwise shown. Okay. Okay. Then what you have to do is you have to take that decimal and you have to move it to where it's between the or basically in front of the farthest number to the left. All right. So you would move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'd move it 7 times, and that would make this number 5.8. Okay, and then you write times 10. Again, how many times did you move that decimal? You had to move it 7 times, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you had to move it 7 times, you put your exponent like that. Okay, that would be the answer for this first one, Mercury. Okay, with Venus, it's again the same thing. You would write out, your 108 million. Okay, you'd find your decimal. Like I said, it's at the end, right? And you would move it until it got here, which would make it 1.08 times 10, and then this number here is how many times you move that decimal. Okay, I'll let you figure that out. All right, so for each one of these, you're going to want to move the decimal in front of the last number to the left, okay? And then write all those in scientific notation. That will take care of that part. And then you want to answer number 10. So what's the difference between a dwarf planet and a true planet? You need to look it up. Don't just tell me they're bigger or smaller or anything like that. All right, and that will cover part 3. Now for part 4, you're going to do a little division. Okay, you're going to take all these numbers here, each one, and divide it by this number here. Okay, it's really simple. All right, let's do an example. So the first one you got, 58 million, okay, divided by, okay, make sure you guys understand that, divided by, okay, and you can do it this way, I guess, if you want. I don't like it this way. It's a lot of zeros. 12 zeros. Or if you know how to work a calculator, you could write 9 times 10 to the 12th instead of all those zeros. So instead of writing that, it's the same number, just one's written in scientific notation. Okay, when you do that, you're going to get a small number. I don't have my calculator in front of me, but I think it's 0.00000. Might be 4 or 5 zeros and then 644. Okay, notice that's a very small number. You would write that into this spot here. Okay. If you get a big number, that means you did it wrong. It means you multiplied or you didn't put it in brackets or something. I would put, yeah. So anyway, each one of these is going to be a small number. Let's think here. If you do write it in scientific notation, like I did, instead of writing 9 with 12 zeros, just make sure you put it in brackets, because then it'll come out right. If you don't put it in brackets, it might not come out right. All right. Once you do that, divide each one by that 9 with the 12 zeros behind it. Okay, divide all those, write those answers here, and then you have to convert them into scientific notation. Okay, I'll do Mercury for you, and then I'm going to let you guys go and figure it out. Okay. So let's say this was your answer. in your standard notation. That's what's in that left column. You got that. To convert this to scientific notation, you have to move the decimal to be in front of the first non-zero digit. So it'll be, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and then the answer would become 6.4 times 10 to the negative 6, because it's a small number. Okay, we've covered this before. I mean, we've done lessons on this before, but remember, these numbers are going to be the same number. Okay, so it needs to be 6.4 times 10 to the negative 6, and that's what you would write in here. If you need, help on how to do scientific notation, you can just scroll down to Google Classroom. You'll find the videos we did on it. And then, yeah, so once you divide all these, get the answers here, convert them to scientific notation, answer these questions here, and then turn the assignment in, okay? Turn it in. I'd like to have this done as soon as possible. Okay, so like if today would be great if you guys could get that done. So, all right, if you got questions, send me a message and I'll be happy to help. Thanks.